Hello everybody, I'm just gonna do a live real quick. I'm trying to figure out TikTok. I couldn't get it to work, but I'm already out here, so I said, I'll just go live on Facebook. Sorry to keep bothering you guys here. I'm just gonna do a live, and maybe I'll update it or upload it to the other platforms myself. I actually need to figure out hiding. Okay, so this is all voluntary. This is not them. What's going on? So this is Southeast Oklahoma. We are home to a lot of Bigfoot and cryptid activity, actually. I moved here from California on a whim, and I had no information whatsoever about Oklahoma or Bigfoots or even tornadoes, really. So this has all been one big adventure for me, moving here. But we do have a lot of cryptid activity in our area, so you're probably seeing them right now. And like I said, you can just screenshot and blow it up to look at them. They have been mostly peaceful. We haven't had too many problems other than maybe juvenile Bigfoots trying to take my chickens. And as you can see, right here is right next to a highway. I just want to show how close a Bigfoot can be to a highway. They are actually not that frightened of human activity. They just don't like to be seen normally. So that's one thing that concerns me, that they constantly have to hide and that they're afraid of humans and humans are afraid of them. I think that's a very strange situation. So I'm actually trying to raise awareness about them. And if they want to raise awareness, they're happy, they're able to show themselves right now too, so that you can see what they are, who they are. They are hybrids. I'm not speaking for every single one, but a Bigfoot cryptid hybrid is from a giant spider. It's not in the textbooks. It's also something that is hidden from us, really. But they can have human DNA in them. The spider can produce any amount of DNA mixed creatures, depending on what it eats. So I'll let you use your imagination as to how a Bigfoot is produced. But the giant spider is about 5 feet tall. I have seen them myself. I have seen two, actually, myself, and one in a tree at the same time. So that's a total of 3. They definitely are here. The spider itself is very dangerous. It can and does eat human beings, so be very careful when you're out in the woods. The trick to seeing the spider is looking for a darkened area of the trees. Because these creatures are outside of the human vision, they cannot be seen normally with the human eye unless they decide that they want you to see them. Then they can produce themselves. But normally, they're outside of the human eyesight. We only see a certain spectrum of light, and they're outside of that. So normally, they're just hiding away, and you don't see them. But the smart cameras catch them. So if you see any dark areas on the screen while I'm filming, you can just screenshot that and blow it up. Please don't go looking for them or disturbing them too much, because they from my opinion and the opinion of others, they do tend to stay in the teenager range of emotions. They have very strong emotion, and can be easily upset, and sometimes may react, and you might have a bad situation. So please be very conscious of that when you're out in wild areas, any wild areas, even parks that are in cities, even behind Walmarts that have a dumpster where there's a wild area. They do like to go to the dumpsters. They definitely do like to go to the dumpsters and get food. So just always be extremely careful. You can see them with your eyes, only the darkening up of an area. Like you'll see it looks darker than it should. And if you take your smartphone out, you might catch one on the smartphone. But be very careful even doing that. Let them know, like, I'm going to start filming right here. If you don't want to be seen, hide yourself, because you don't want to make them upset with the camera either. Anyway, so they can be small, they can be large, they can be miniature, they can be giant, like a giant Bigfoot, like a giant. They can be a lot of sizes. Generally, the Bigfoot that people think of as Sasquatch is generally, I think, 7 to 10 feet tall. The males being the larger, the females being the wider. And then they're usually like 3 to 5 feet wide at the shoulders. So they're not almost square, but way more square than a human being is. So they'll be wider and taller. But they can be any size, and they can look like any combination of DNA. It doesn't have to be, that's why it's really non-specific. They call them cryptids, as in an undiscovered or documented creature. However, because they never are going to always reproduce the same creature over and over again, it's more like they're going to be documented as a Bigfoot hybrid. He's looking at one, I think. Look, he is really focusing right here. Hi, Nikki and Darren and Ronald. This is my dog, Maestro, also known as Black Eagle Swiftfoot. Oh, I see what he's looking at. He's looking at a snake skin. A snake has lost its skin right there. Ooh, we better be careful because it could be a rattler. It's gone. The snake is gone, Maestro. Just the skin is there. Dogs are so alert. I didn't even know that was there. We have to be very careful. We do have copperheads here, and we have water moccasins even, because we have a pond at the back. So, Maestro, we're not taking that, honey. He's very prey-driven. He was supposed to be my service dog, but he failed kind of as a service dog. But he's actually good for out here because it's, more rural and a little bit dangerous. So he's a good service dog for out here. But as far as getting rid of his prey drive, I haven't been able to. He just wants to sniff and chase everything. Anyway, getting back to the cryptids, I think they're always going to be known as a hybrid because they do not reproduce the same creature each time. They're always going to be a combination of DNA because the DNA mixing is a part of their makeup. It's just what happens when they eat something. The DNA of what they eat can be passed on to offspring. So it's always going to be like a hybrid of some type. Maestro, honey, you cannot have that snake skin. Look at it. He's like, Mom, I want that snake skin. No, honey, I don't even want to take it with me. I don't want to bring any snakes to us. But anyway, so I hope everyone's doing good. There's usually small little ones in here. So if you see any dark spots, you can just... there's one that almost looks dark to my eyes. You can just screenshot it and blow it up. And look at them. I'm trying to introduce them to the world so people are not shocked when they see them. And we're gonna come up on a time period where we are actually going to have to do something proactive because they will run out of food, and they are reproducing at a fast rate. And sadly, the powers that be, the ones that are actually running the governments, not our elected officials, but the ones behind the scenes, have been hiding the existence of these creatures to fake the alien invasion and pretend that they are part of it. So, if you can imagine, that is going to mean a war with the cryptids and the people, which is completely unacceptable. So I'm trying to get the word out that these creatures do exist. It's not an alien invasion. There's a giant spider that produces Bigfoots, like at least 5 feet tall usually, and it is able, that just moved right there, so there's probably one right there, able to produce Bigfoot cryptids and hybrids, Dogman, Mothman, Slenderman, Hatman, whatever it is, doesn't matter. It could be any combination of DNA. Think of Egyptian gods. Remember how there was like Anubis? I've seen one. I've seen an Anubis. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Big and little, big and little. We have little ones and big ones. So right here, I sometimes see that thing is moving, but there's nothing there to move it. There's probably one right there. Don't be scared, but do hide if you don't want to be seen, okay? Sometimes it's bugs, but sometimes it's little creatures that are invisible to the human eye. Now, there's definitely some probably right here you can screenshot. I'm just introducing you to the people so that the evil people cannot use you in war, okay? I'm trying to let people know that we need a better solution than they have going to war with you. Here comes a horse. Hi, baby. I don't have no treats, honey. Donna always gives them treats, but I don't have any treats with me right now, so... something was like biting my leg. I hope I didn't just squish one. Oh, look. Okay. So the berries are ready. And if you take one berry from a berry patch where there's cryptids, the next day, every berry will be gone. They do not want you touching their berries. So I found that out when I first got here. I took one berry and the next day, like, all gone. I was like, wow, what happened? Like, they definitely don't like you taking, like, their food supply. Obviously, they need it. So I felt something on my leg and I heard a tiny, tiny voice. There's little bugs down there too, but anyway. Hi, hello there. You're so cutesy. Oh, it's a pretty horsey, huh? You're pretty horsey. I don't have any treats for you though, honey. I'm sorry. So, anyway. They have horses and then babies even. Horse babies over there. Anyway, so Maestro, we're not going to play with the horsey. We're going to finish up here. I'm hoping to download this video and just put it on all my platforms so that people can get to know the cryptids, you know, and what they are. They do eat meat, but they eat berries, nuts, mushrooms, and they do store up food. I believe, but I haven't seen with my own eyes, but I believe that they have like an underground cave system. The little people for sure, I've seen that cave. There's one here. But the big ones, I've never seen the cave they go into, but during the winter time, they definitely go somewhere because we do get very cold here. And there's probably some right here, some Bigfoots. The other live stream I did the other day, they were sitting right here watching me. So if you see any black areas, just screenshot it and blow it up. And sometimes the big ones are here too. I haven't seen them in a long time, the big ones on this side. I think they got nervous because we're always walking by here. So they might have just said, oops, we better not stand right there. She's always walking there. Anyway, so, but I haven't found their cave system or anything, the large ones, but I'm sure they go somewhere during the winter because it's really cold here. Gets like 10 degrees and whatnot. Last year we actually got snow. It was really beautiful. It was a really pretty area with snow and everything. So anyway, I'm just going to keep going and just let you guys screenshot if you want to see them. And there's one Scooby Diva. She was so cute. A lot of you who have followed me for a while have seen the picture probably. It looks like Scooby-Doo, but it's a girl with her babies. She's actually at the gate usually, although I haven't seen her in a long time. She might have moved them as soon as they were old enough because we go in and out the gate all the time, you know, and I told her, like, that's not a good place to be, and we have to keep going. And see, sometimes I look at a bush and it moves without anything being in there. You know, that you can see. Of course, there is something in there, but not what you see with your eyes. So, anyway, that's all. That's the gist of it, you know. This is not an alien invasion. This is a cryptid overpopulation. They need a solution. I don't know what the solution is. Some of them have human DNA to the point, and I just saw a water spirit right there, was shimmering. Some of them have human DNA to the point where they think they're smart, like us, even smarter, okay? So if you can imagine, we don't want the so-called elites going around and getting an army to, like, just kill off every single thing, you know? I don't think that's right. So, anyway, it is what it is. I'm definitely okay with people hunting the spider. And the other parts, I don't know. I don't have a solution to everything, guys. I just feel bad. And so I kind of try to just raise awareness. and hopefully others come up with solutions. One solution I did come up with for the emergency that might happen where they run out of food is that the butchers could put troughs at the edge of a city and just bring their blood and guts every day to the edge of the city to feed these guys. The big ones is what I'm really worried about. The little, they all eat bugs too, so it's not that they're going to run out everywhere, but it could happen in certain areas where they start taking people's pets and people. Okay, that's the big problem. And of course, the so-called elites will play off that and like pretend to save the day, like, oh, it's an alien invasion, now we're going to kill them off. Like, it's not no alien invasion. Stop your lies. Okay, it's a mixed DNA creature, some of which do have human DNA. If a spider finds a human in the woods, it's what happens. The Bigfoot is produced, okay? It's just what it is. That's the way Mother Nature works. We can't blame the spider, really, but definitely don't want the spider to keep going. And, we don't want the world to keep going without people knowing about the spider either. People need to know. They need to know to be able to protect their families. So I'm just raising awareness. Okay, and then sometimes there's some right here. I'm not sure if the water spirit's going to show up as a black creature on the live stream or not, but the water spirits, I see them with my eyes. They're crystal clear and they shimmer. It is the oddest thing I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. It's walked up to me. I saw its shape in the shape of a Bigfoot, but it was perfectly clear like water. Walking and I saw it as it turned and I saw the shape of its shoulder. I mean, it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it, and there's a lot of them here. So it is what it is. So I hope everyone's having a good day, and if you want to share this, please do. I'm not allowed to make money. Facebook is not, well, I mean, maybe some people do that, but I don't even know how. So that's not my gig here. My gig is just a humanitarian, cryptid-tarian effort to stop a major psychological operation on the people and the cryptids. Okay? So that's my goal here. So if you want to share this information, please do. The more aware people are, the less heart attacks people are going to have if and when they see a Bigfoot or a Dogman or a Mothman or, a vampire or whatever. There's some that you can't even say their name because you don't want to call them to you. Don't whistle in the woods at night. I would say don't even whistle during the day, honestly. You don't want to ever bring attention to yourself in the woods. Really. Some creatures you scare away, but not these guys. These guys will come watch you. These ones are the ones that, I hear a noise. Let's go look and find out what it is. So, and also be careful of the birds flying at you, over you, around you. The last bird to arrive before the Bigfoot arrives is the crow. So if you have like a bird flying at you and it's a hawk, it's looking at you, okay, maybe, open your eyes and look around, listen to what you smell and listen to what you hear, and also take a smell of the air. Do you smell anything strange? Because the predator birds like the hawks will fly first usually, but if you have a flock of crows coming at you screaming, it is time to remove yourself to safety. Okay, that can and does happen. It has happened to me here before too. It's just like the movie The Birds. The crows are just flying towards you and you're like, what is going on? Why are all these birds flying at me screaming? It means that the Bigfoot's on the way. So sometimes, I'm not saying every single time, but that is a sign that a Bigfoot could be arriving. So we just want to always be conscientious about what's going on around us. Situational awareness needs to be top right now. At the tip, the more situationally aware you can be, the better you will be. Let's put it that way. And also, if you can arm yourself with legal weapons, that's great too, because the nefarious creature, even including the human, predators are less likely to go after a hard target. Let's just be honest. The harder the target, the less likely they're going to try. So it works the same in the cryptid world for the nefarious ones. You know, you want to make yourself a hard target. You don't want to be easy prey, because any animal that's looking for a meal is going to go for the easy target. That's just the way it is. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let everybody go, but I hope you all have a blessed day, and we'll talk soon. God bless everybody. Okay.